Good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the Air Max 95 SB in this Eric Koston colorway. It's kind of like a Michigan inspired colorway. So without further ado, let's take a look at this new Air Max 95. Alright, so first things first, I do want to take a look at the box, and you are getting this purple Nike SB box. The size label does read SB Air Max 95 in Obsidian Speed Yellow. I did get these in a US size 11, and the retail price point for these were $235 Canadian. Just kind of your standard SB paper. These also come with navy and yellow laces. I think I'm gonna stick with the white ones for now, but it's nice to have some extra laces. You do get this Nike SB sticker. But without further ado, let's take a look at the shoes. All right, so earlier in the year, we did get a Nike SB Air Max 95 in the cactus flower colorway. I have worn these a ton already. I did double up on these, and I actually tripled up on these for retail because I just love the fit and feel of the Air Max 95 SB, and this Eric Koston kind of Michigan inspired colorway is gorgeous. It's my favorite out of the two, but earlier in the year we did get these. They got the gum bottoms, very comfortable on foot. But like I said, let's take a look at this new colorway for Eric Koston. Now, starting with the outsole on the bottom of the shoe, you do have that traditional Air Max 95 outsole, but they kind of have added a herringbone pattern, and it is a lot more low profile for skateboarding. Now, this plate right here is usually really hard plastic. It is a lot softer now for skateboarding as well. So they have changed up some of the shoe, mostly on the bottom and on the interior. Now, moving your way up for the midsole, you do have a polyurethane foam compound and more or less your standard Air Max 95 size of bubbles at the back and at the forefoot right here, and that is in that yellow, so very nice in hand. And one thing about this midsole being dark is back in 1994 or 95, Sergio Lozano, who did design this shoe, wanted to go with a dark midsole to hide the Portland kind of rain and mud while you were out running in this shoe. It was not received well at Nike. They did not want a black or dark midsole on the 95s, but here we are all these years later, and I think it was a fantastic move from Nike and Sergio Lozano, the designer of this shoe. Also, if you didn't know, the design inspiration for this shoe was the human anatomy with kind of the rib cage on the side of the shoe, the spine right here at the back and on the bottom. So a crazy design inspiration, but a gorgeous shoe nonetheless. Now, as far as the materials go on this shoe right here, that is where this shoe shines. The nubuck right here on the bottom two panels in navy, and then you have some really nice suede here on the third panel and on the fourth panel right here. Very nice materials. The nubuck at the toe box right here is really nice. Mine do kind of have like this smudge right here, which kind of sucks, but honestly, this is the pair that I'm gonna wear a ton, so I'm not too concerned about messing them up. But the quality control on these could be a little bit better. I'll show you another thing that I did notice in a minute or two, but yes, you do have a bit of a mark right here at the left toe box. But overall, the material is really nice in hand, a great execution from the team. At the back of the shoe, you do have that 3M hit with the yellow Nike SB at the back of the shoe. You have some more 3M running up the tongue like you do traditionally. And then you do have some mesh panels here in white and then yellow behind the navy lace loops, and then a navy blue tongue with that iconic Air Max 95 logo at the top of the left shoe. Now on the right shoe, it does differ just a little bit. It does say Koston instead, so a great look on this model. Overall, a very nice colorway, and the materials really do shine in hand. Now, a moment ago, I was talking about something else that did have a bit of a quality control issue, and it is this overlay panel right here. It is crooked, as you can see. Usually they go straight up and down, but this one does kind of lean to the side a little bit. On the left shoe, it's more or less straight. On the right shoe, it is curved. Again, I'm gonna wear this pair. I got them for retail. I'm not overly concerned, but maybe check your pairs if that is something that you will be concerned about. This panel right here definitely does. It is more kinked to the left than being straight. As far as the fit goes for this pair right here, if you haven't tried out the Air Max 95 SB yet, I would say they fit true to size, but just a little bit roomy, because keep in mind this material is very thin compared to your traditional Air Max 95. The panels are a lot more thin at the toe box, whereas on the side they are thicker to kind of have some more durability if you were to skate in these. But overall, I would say go true to size and you won't have any issues with the Air Max 95 SB. Now, as far as the cushioning goes, I already mentioned you have the airbags and the polyurethane midsole, something that Nike did do to make it more comfortable and closer to the floor. They did get rid of a lot of foam underneath your foot. So underneath the insole, your foot is basically sitting on this airbag right here. And I think that's a great choice just to keep your foot closer to the floor. Also with that tread, obviously, I don't know many people that would want to skate in these, but that's what Nike is kind of saying that they're for. I have seen pairs online after one session, they're completely ripped right through the panels right here. So again, this is not really a skate shoe, but it has some history within skateboarding. More from Stevie Williams, ironically, than Eric Koston, because back in 1995, Stevie Williams, if you didn't know, did skate in the neon 95s, and then Nike kind of took his run, skate, chill, and did promote it within their own Nike Air Max 95 SBs and with Eric Koston. There was some beef between Stevie Williams and Eric Koston earlier in the year, but at ComplexCon it seems like they did patch that up, and it would be awesome to see Stevie Williams get his own pair of Air Max 95s in the SB version, because he kind of led the charge 30 years ago by wearing them and skateboarding in them. But Nike did choose Eric Koston to lead the campaign, which it is what it is. But there was some tensions earlier in the year that do seem to have worked themselves out a little bit. I know some of you guys might ask what the symbol right here is. That is Nike in Thai in script. So that is what Nike would look like in Thai written out. So another pretty cool hit on this version right here. As far as the insole goes, it is pretty cool on this pair because the brand did decide to go with, if I can get it out, an insole here that does kind of mimic the airbags in the forefoot and the heel at the front and back of this insole, a yellow swoosh in the middle, and then it does read Koston right here. This is just your standard ortholite insole, so nothing special. If you did want to take this out or preserve it and throw something else in, I would probably do that right off the bat because it is glued down, but it is pretty easy to get out right off the bat. But that is the insole that you are getting. Sound off in the comments. Did you guys pick these up? Are you planning on picking them up? I believe the retail price point is $190 USD. Here in Canada, one store was selling them for $230, the other for $235. I think that's a pretty good price point, considering 190s are usually 260 here in Canada. So I was very happy to double up on these guys right here. But sound off in the comments. Are you planning on picking them up? I know skate shops did release these today on November 1st, but Sneakers is doing a draw on November 7th for a more wide release date on the Air Max 95 Eric Koston. But that's going to do it for today's video on this pair right here. I do love Michigan inspired shoes, and this is no different with the navy, white, and yellow hits. You can't forget the 3M hit running up the tongue, and I just really love the right shoe having this Koston logo right here. I think that is really cool from the brand to put his name on the shoe. But sound off in the comments, did you guys pick these up? Are you planning on picking them up when they release November 7th on the Nike Sneakers app? It really seems like there's no hype around this shoe, which is awesome because the first Cactus Flower pair, I did have to go the resale route. I think I paid like $30 or $40 over retail. With these right here, I went to 2 local skate shops today and they were sitting, like they were on the shelf. Apparently no one came in yesterday when they actually released them on the 31st. And then here today, they still had a full size run. So that's really cool to see. Not much hype around them. The people that want them can roll into store and just grab them with no hassle and no issues. So very stoked to pick these up. They'll be getting a ton of wear here in 2025 and into 2026. But again, sound off in the comments what you guys think of this colorway. But like I said, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that really helps the channel out a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.
Yeah. Look, I'm in line with the stars, I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad, let her ties in the hearse.